right, hockey fans. So we got a nice one tonight. Toronto versus Tampa. Not a playoff preview unless these two teams somehow meet in the second round. Now, yes, I'm rooting for the Lightning tonight because I made no secret about it. I would prefer to play Toronto in the first round than Tampa because only an idiot would rather play Vasilevsky, and I'm an idiot. So there's that. Now, Tampa can still win the division, but they have to win tonight. It's going to be very interesting to see what either one of these two teams want to do. Toronto didn't exactly show up against the Panthers last night. I'm not saying they laid down, but it wasn't like they were expending a bunch of energy in that game. So that kind of made it a little bit more difficult for Ottawa to think about leapfrogging the Panthers. I don't think that's going to happen. So now Florida's got third place in a good spot. I don't think we're going to get second. I don't think we're definitely not going to win the division. So it's going to be between Toronto and Tampa. Which one of them wants us? I have a feeling Tampa wants us and Toronto doesn't. So I don't know what to expect tonight, right? Now, Toronto last night played well, so obviously they're going to go with Stolarz tonight, which again surprised me. Now, if Toronto wins this game, the division is pretty much wrapped up. And then at that point, you start talking about the only thing the Panthers can do to improve themselves is maybe win that last game of the year for the Panthers against the Lightning and give ourselves home ice. But if Toronto wins this game in regulation tonight, while it's not all locked and done and said and over, most likely you're looking at Toronto, Tampa, Florida, Ottawa, and the seeds will be just about set. That said, Tampa, do me a solid, all right? This can go a lot easier on both of us. We really don't want, when I say we, the Panthers or Lightning, we really should not be interested in beating the crap out of each other in the first round because we're going to be fresh, we're going to be ready, we're going to just be all anxiety and just know. Considering the history between those two teams, let Toronto and Florida take care of ourselves. Ottawa and Tampa, you guys beat the crap out of each other, and then whoever has any body parts left will meet in the second round. All right, Tampa, do something right for once. All right, so it's 2-1 Toronto. After one, they jump out to a 2-0 lead early on, Marner and Nyes. And then Perbix right here in the last 45 seconds of the period gets one back. Tampa's hit at least 4 posts, and Toronto's had at least 4 breakaways. There's no defense being played in this game. I don't think either team really cares, but it's making for a good hockey because there's a lot of talent on the ice. That said, definitely looks like Toronto laid down against the Panthers last night so that we'd be stuck in third place, and they're beating the crap out of Tampa tonight, or at least trying to, and Tampa looked like they were laying down the beginning of the game. I have a feeling it's going to be Florida and Tampa, whether we like it or not. Let's move on to the second period. All right, so it's still 2-1. It's turned into a good game. Very little defense being played, but no goals are happening. Everybody's getting a lot of chances. Tampa hasn't hit the post in a while. And, you know, I've been saying I'd rather play Toronto because of Vasilevsky. But Stolarz looked pretty good out there. I don't know. Stolarz looks pretty damn good. When he came to us, he had some rebound control and puck control issues. And we kind of got him fixed up. And his numbers look good. He looks absolutely... We're in the playoffs. Panthers are in the playoffs. That's what I know. In terms of who we're going to play, at least it won't be Montreal. In terms of this game, no hitting. It's a completely different type of game than you would see between the Panthers and Lightning. It's not really very physical at all. I think we're just in the middle of the second power play of the game. Kind of a weak call. Tampa gets called. Lawton gets called for interference. Was it? No. Toronto. Lawton get called for interference. You know what? It's funny because I'm doing the same thing. Kyle and I were streaming the games, and he gets confused between the Lightning and the Leafs because the blue is the same color. Now, I'm colorblind, so it all looks the same to me, but even he's having trouble. He's called Vasilevsky Stolarz and the whole deal. So what that all adds up to be is we're probably going to be going to overtime. Well, what a game. Very, very good game. Unfortunately, the worst possible results for the champs, because now Toronto's definitely going to win the division, but yet it gave Tampa Bay a point, so that makes it that much difficult for us to even think about getting second place and having home ice. So get ready to get on the bus and go to Tampa game 1. It is what it is. So this game turned into an absolute fun. It was just fun, especially overtime. Good God. Vasilevsky and especially Stolarz impressed me tonight, man. Now, I know, right, we saw Stolarz up close last season here with the Panthers, but, I mean, he stopped Point on a breakaway where Point had plenty of time in overtime. He stopped Point. He stopped another couple of shots. So, my whole theory about being worried about playing Tampa because of Vasilevsky, Stolarz is looking pretty good right now. So maybe we'll let Ottawa deal with them. I don't know. It is what it is. We're the champs, and we're going to have to play somebody good all 3 rounds should we try to go ahead and make it back. Now, in terms of the rest of the season, it doesn't clinch it for Toronto, but it's getting kind of close. Now they've got a 3-point lead, right? Because it was 2. They gained a point. It's 3 points. Toronto's got the tiebreaker, or I think they're tied in the tiebreaker. No. I think Tampa might have had it before tonight. It's still close. It's still that last game of the year for the Panthers versus Lightning. That could still have some effect on, it could be for home ice. If the Panthers keep winning games and Tampa loses a game, right? Florida has Wings, Sabres, Rangers, and then Lightning. That's our last game of the series. So, and we're 3 points out. So if we were to win both games, with all 3 games, if we win all 3 games, and Tampa loses 1 of their games, then that game would be for home ice. Except Tampa still has another game. I forget who they play, but Tampa still has another game after our last game. I believe they do. It's either Tampa plays another game or the Leafs play another game, or maybe both of them. So the Panthers, we might not even know exactly what's going on even after our last game is played. That's how crazy tight it is. So the most important thing for Florida right now is just to stay healthy. Gensel didn't play in this game because his wife was having a baby, and just no defense play. Now Hedman did have a goal. Oh, which, by the way, I got to throw the hat. That's right. I got to throw the hat. So Nyes ended up with a hat trick in overtime. Now, if you're new to this channel, what we do here is when player has a hat trick, I take this hat, or usually it's the Panther hat, and I try to hang it on the flash of the camera. Now, in all the years the Panthers have been doing it, I've never hung the hat over the flash. One time years ago when I did a recap for a Colorado Avalanche playoff game, McKinnon got a hat trick, and that's the only time I've ever managed to get the hat hanging off of the flash. So, is it going to be any different for Toronto tonight? Let's see. There it goes. Oh, that just like went on the flash and right off. Dang. I was so close. That was so close. I've been trying to get that done for the Panthers for about 5 years now, and the only time I've ever done it is in a playoff game years ago where nobody probably watched because it was the Avalanche, and we hardly ever covered a Western Conference around here. All right. That's going to do it for tonight. I'll be live tomorrow at noon. Don't forget, me and Paul from the Locker Room started a brand new channel. It's called Puck Blockers. Link is in the description. It's an entirely new hockey channel. We've got a podcast that we're doing. We're going to have rotating guests. We'll eventually have some live streams and audience interaction. So make sure you check that out and hit the subscribe button. Appreciate that. I'll be live at noon tomorrow. Members podcast will be out probably in the morning tomorrow. And then, of course, we've got Panthers versus Wings. And now I guess we just try to win some games and see if we can get home ice against the Lightning. Not like it's a long trip. Not like it's a long trip. All right, appreciate all the support. I'll see you tomorrow at noon.